One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
Good morning. All right, I'm in here trying to pay my mortgage, and ladies, we need to talk. We need to talk because I don't know who y'all are listening to. I don't know what you're on. However, I'm here to let you know, okay, we need to talk. I'm here to let you know the truth. And some of y'all, you want to be in delusion land. You want to stay in a delusion. And I'm here to give you the truth. And not everybody is ready to hear that truth. I understand that. And know this, my platform isn't for everyone. I have to make this disclaimer every so often because I get people coming on my platform. Thank you, Pure_Soul, for buying a badge. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I have to remind people every now and again, this is not the place for you. If you don't like the delivery, if you don't like what I'm telling you, you have millions of other choices. Okay? You do not have to stay over here. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you this. Okay? I'm making it work with this 8,000 so subscribers I have on YouTube. I'm making it work with the 69,000 followers I have on Instagram. And even if I had 5 followers, if those 5 followers resonate with me and resonate with my message, I'm good. I have a whole nother life outside of the internet. And this is the part. This is the part that I want y'all to understand. You don't know me. Okay? You don't know me. I'm talking to you through a screen on your phone or your computer. And this is what we call a public persona. You don't know me in real life. I have had women come for me, men come for me. Oh, you're this, you're that. You know, based on your videos, baby, that's an hour out of my 24-hour day. I spend an hour a day out of my 24-hour day online making content. You don't know me. That is not me. I am a multidimensional, multifaceted person. And you are making an assumption based on a 30-minute video, an 8-minute video, an hour-long video. You don't know me. So I have to remind people of this, that you don't know me. Okay? Back to what I wanted to discuss. Oh, they need a verification code. I can't do all that. So, thank you, Robin Hood. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. He's talking about Skool. We had our first meeting last night through Zoom. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video. Okay? But you can click the link in my bio. You can learn more about Skool. All right? But right now, I'm here to snatch some edges. I'm here to snatch some weaves off. Okay? All right. Ladies, I want you to hear me and hear me well. Okay? So we can forever have an understanding about this topic. Okay? Because if this is not the place for you, if my YouTube channel is not the place for you, I will just hide you from my channel. I will just block you from my channel and hide you from my channel. I will take away the thing that is irritating you so much. That's all that's going to happen. Okay? But I want you to understand something. Not only am I trained clinically as a therapist, as specifically a couples therapist, as a relationship expert, okay? Having read thousands of books, having studied thousands of clinical studies, research, read books, worked with some of the greatest relationship writers, some of the greatest minds ever created when it comes to relationships. Okay, 25 years, having been licensed as a therapist for 10 years. Or is it longer than that? Let me see, 2010. Oh gosh, it's going on 14 years. Having been in practice for 5 years. Okay, so that's the professional side of me. Let's talk about the personal side of me. Let's talk about the 57 years that I've lived on the earth. Let's talk about the relationships I've been in, the men that I've dated, the man that I was married to. Okay? So what I do on my platform is I take all that clinical, book learning, all of that studying, and I take all those years of messing up and making mistakes and doing dumb stuff and then coming back and getting it right. I bring all of that together and present it to you. Okay? That's who I am. All right? So when y'all get clever and y'all start talking about who can give advice on the internet and who is this person and that person and asking me if I'm single, asking me if I'm married, baby, that's just going to get you blocked. That's going to get you just escorted right on out of here. Okay? Because I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't go back and forth with you. Okay? This just is not the place for you. But I get these questions a lot. And it's like I have to have a disclaimer in front of every piece of content I create. But if you've been here a while, you already know that. You already know my professional credential. And you already know my personal credential because I've talked about it quite a bit. Everyone knows how old I am. Everyone knows I've been married and divorced. Like, everyone knows that. So when you get clever and you come over here, and I don't know if it's because you're new, maybe it's because you're new, and you start flappity flapping and this and that, okay, don't do that. All that's going to do is get you blocked from my Instagram and get my channel hidden from you over on YouTube. That's it. All right. But let me get to the real message. So there's some women over on YouTube who felt a way about a video where I talked about, women who are offended because men want sex. And this is so like y'all, so like women, to live in a land of delusion where you actually believe that you can be in a full-blown, y'all believe y'all can be in a full-blown relationship with a healthy man, a healthy male, okay, with no health issues and, testosterone levels doing what it do. You actually believe you should be in a healthy relationship with a full-blown man, a full-blown male, and sex should never enter into the equation. Like, the fact that you're offended because a man suggests that you all should be sexually intimate. Like, that speaks to a woman's delusion. Now, I want you to hear me carefully. I'm going to speak slowly. I promote abstaining. As a Christian, I promote that women and men should abstain from having sex with one another until they're married. Okay? Some people abstain until they're engaged. Some people abstain until they're exclusive and committed. That would be the minimum, I would say. But for myself, I am waiting until I'm married again. So when I tell you that first fact that I just told you, I want you to keep in mind, it's coming from someone who is not promoting that you should be out here having sex. But what I am doing, and I want you to listen carefully, is I am giving you a biological evolutionary truth. And that is men want, can I use this word? Men need sex. Okay? And evolutionarily, right? When we think about men having 30 times more testosterone than women, when we think about how men and their brains are wired, see, this is the part that people get to yappity yapping. You don't have the science, you don't have the clinical, you don't have any of the research. But and if we can abstain, they can abstain, and like, we're not the same. How many times do I have to keep telling you this? Men and women are not the same. And it's like, y'all are so angry about that. That if women don't need sex like that, why do men need sex? Because men are different. Men are hormonally different. Their brain is wired differently than women. So again, I say on my channel, stop being offended when men want sex. And women lose their entire mind. Like, oh, I can't believe you are promoting men's bad behavior. No man should be asking a woman for sex on the first date. No man should be asking a woman he don't know for sex. Regardless of that, if that's what I think or not, regardless of if that's how I wanted the world to be, I'm teaching you from reality. I'm teaching you truth. And that is what's hurting your feelings, is that in 2025, that's what men do. That's what men want. But no, instead, you want me to teach you from a fantasy world where you all should just look across the room and he should desire to know you at the depths of your soul and know your heart and know your hurts and your pains. And that's really what he's walking across this room for. He wants to be there and he wants to, hold you when you cry, baby. This AAA. Okay? That man is crossing that room for the possibility of sexual access. And how you feel about that, you keep that to yourself. You keep believing that lie that, here's another one. You ready? Well, why can't you just love me for me? Why it's got to be How many times do I have to say on this camera that love is conditional, that relationship is conditional? Everybody comes to the relationship for different reasons. Everybody wants something. Everybody has expectations. And this is what I'm tired of, ladies. This is what I'm sick of. I am sick of you all demonizing men. I am sick of you all villainizing men for being men. That's a problem. That's a problem in my mind. Okay? It's like y'all are so deeply stuck in this mindset of they should be like us. Like y'all are the top of the mountain. Like y'all are just the best thing since sliced bread. Men are different for a reason, because they fill in gaps. They have strengths that we don't have. They have more logical, rational reasoning. They don't have a cycle every month. They don't have fluctuating hormones. But guess what? Guess what's coursing through their veins 30 times higher than ours is testosterone. That's why there's a constant need and drive in them to procreate, to plant their seed, to have sex. That's why they say men are thinking of sex, every 15 minutes or 15 seconds? Men are different. Stop trying to demonize men for being men. If anybody is weird in the scenario, it's you. It's you. And the fact that I gave you that truth upsets you? That, I wouldn't take your advice. You're excusing the bad behavior of men. baby, okay, again, I am not sitting here saying that a man aggressively hunting you down for sex or aggressively, being offensive in the sense of like, we gonna F tonight, you gonna give me some of that pee and all. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a man that you have an interest in, that has an interest in you, and he takes you on a date. And at the end of that date, and at the end of that 2 or 3 hours, he says, well, we're having such a great time. You think you might want to come back to my place? You think you might want to spend the night? That's it. That's what he's saying. And I'm telling you, why is that offending you? Why is that driving you to this place of anger and annoyance and, oh my God, how dare he? Why is that taking you there? This is a man that 5 minutes before you had interest in, you liked, you agreed to go on a date with. And the fact that he's doing what, in my opinion, men do, he is suggesting a sexual intimacy. Again, why does that just burn you up inside? You have men on dating apps literally putting this stuff in their bio. They are literally spelling out in detail in their bio the sexual acts, what they want to do to you, what they want you to do to them. But yet a man you're on a date with that you like and that likes you, all of a sudden, oh, it's so awful, it's so offensive. Again, y'all need to grow up. You need to become emotionally mature. That man is crossing that room. That man is sliding in that DM. That man is calling your phone, texting your phone, asking his friend about you for an opportunity for sexual access. Now, what you do in response will determine what it will be. And that's why I teach women the way I do. I don't live in fantasy land. I don't live in Disney. I teach you what is real. And that is that if you are a high quality, high value feminine woman, if you love yourself, if you have a speck of self-respect or dignity, you say, oh, I'm really flattered. However, I don't know you that well. I'm really flattered. However, I'm not intimate with men I just met. I'm not intimate with men I'm not exclusive and committed to. I'm not comfortable being sexually intimate with a man who isn't my husband. That's your opportunity to stand in your power. But y'all don't want to do that. You want to neuter the man. You want to cut his balls off. You want to, he shouldn't even be asking. It shouldn't even be. That's the type of man you want? Really? Really? That's the type of man you want? You want a man that will go out with you for days and weeks and months on end and never once suggest having sex? Never once suggest getting a kiss or a hug or baby. You need another type of man. You need to go over to the Rainbow Tribe. You need to go over to the kids. Okay? The kids will be happy, to have you. Because healthy, masculine men want sex. And it is in their nature to want sex. There is nothing wrong with it. There is nothing. Why are y'all demonizing men? It's weird. Now, it's one thing for you to be in a 7-Eleven and you go in there to get a drink and some man you don't know, a total stranger, talks crazy to you, grabs your behind, grabs your chest. Yes, I consider that to be sexual assault. But you're not going to try to convince me that you are sitting out on a date with a man that you interested in, a man that you like, and a man that like you. And he make a suggestion that, hey, we should go back to my place. We should become sexually intimate. That's not him sexually assaulting you. It's not. It's not even reason in my mind for you to be offended. You should be flattered that he finds you attractive. And then you get to step into your power. No, thank you. I appreciate the offer. And I even get a little cheeky with it, especially if I like the man, if I have an attraction to the man. I said, well, as exciting as that sounds, as amazing as I think that would be, unfortunately, we don't know each other well. You're not my man. You're not my boyfriend. You're not my husband. I keep it cheeky. I keep it witty. I keep it fun. I keep it sexy. Because guess what? I want to see the man again. I want us to get to a place where we can be sexually intimate once we're married. How do y'all think this works? How are you supposed to get to marriage if there's no attraction, there's no sexual interest? Like, what? What world are you living in? So, yeah, stay off my page, like, for real. If you are a delusional woman, if you're not critically thinking, if you are truly, honest to God, offended by a man that you like and that likes you, having an interest in you sexually, stay off my page. Y'all know better. Y'all know better. The one reel that started all of this off, the one reel I made where I talked about wives, please have sex with your husbands, that went viral, that was 2 or 3 years ago, y'all already know. You already know what I think about all of this. But this sexual shame that y'all carry, that's what I think it is. Can I make that diagnosis right now? I think a lot of women carry sexual shame. And so they now have to shame a man. How dare a man want to have sex with them? How dare a man suggest that his sexual needs aren't being met? Oh my God. I had a couple come into my counseling practice where the man could not bring up the fact that he was being sexually starved in his marriage. And look, I asked him, because they were talking about, oh, what would you like to see be different or be better? And she's saying all this stuff, and he's saying all this stuff. He didn't say nothing about their sex life, right? I said, okay, well, what about your sex life? I said to the man, what about your sex life? Tell me a little bit about your sexually intimate life. He gonna look over at her. She gonna look back at him. Well, I mean, yeah, I would like us to have sex more. I would like to make love more. Okay, really? How often would you say you make love? Well, I mean, maybe once a month, sometimes every other month. Sir, you're married. You're married, sir. Like, y'all honestly got these men out here believing that this is normal. Y'all got these men in these relationships thinking that this is normal, that this is how it's supposed to be. And how dare he ask for sex? How dare he ask that you all be physically intimate? And look, he straight up told me, he was like, well, I feel so bad. I feel so bad because, if I even think to ask for it, if I even think to flirt or even imply that I want it, she act like it's something wrong with me. Y'all I know my cat ain't in here. Okay, I'm about to say, I know my cat ain't in here. Get off my platform with this. Get off my platform with this. Okay? Go on away from here with this nonsense. And she said it's something wrong with me and that, it's not normal. Y'all, I can't make this up. It's not normal for you to want to make love to your wife once or twice a week. That's a problem. That's a problem. And look, I'm sitting here like hyping him up like his hype man. No, you tell me right now, you tell me and her what it is you want. You let her know what your real need is. You tell me and her right now. How often would you like to do all of it? Because This is what y'all don't understand. The devil has y'all so twisted. He has twisted y'all mind up into a pretzel. He got you believing that having sex before marriage, oh, that's what's up. That's what's hot. That's what y'all should be doing. But guess what? The second y'all get them rings on your finger, then he say, oh, this is nasty. Oh, it's disgusting. Don't have sex with your husband. Something's wrong with him. Oh, here he comes again. He wants it again. It's something wrong with him. Think about that. Really think about that. You didn't have no problem sleeping with this man before you was married to him. And now that you married, you got a problem? Get off my platform with this, okay? Get off my platform with this. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else where they're going to tell you that, oh, it's something wrong with these weird men, and oh, how dare they want to be sexually intimate, and how dare they suggest, again, just because a man suggests it, don't mean you have to do it. That's what's wild to me. It's like, okay, a man wants to have sex with me. That's pretty much every man that's ever dated me. Like, can we be real? Other than the 2 gay friends I had in college, every man that's ever been let's get real. You ready? Every man that's ever been my friend, every man that I've ever dated, every man I've been in a relationship, the man I was married to. Guess what the common denominator is in all those men? They wanted to have sex with Anita. Okay? They wanted Anita. And I was like, okay. And yet I got to decide if they had Anita. I got to say, oh, well, I mean, as flattered as I am, I appreciate the offer. However, that's not going to be happening. Or if I'm married to you, oh yeah, that's going to be happening. Like, that's going to be happening now. That's going to be happening on the regular. Because guess what? Guess who else needed? Anita. So maybe that's why I'm twisted inside. Maybe I'm all messed up in my head and I'm all twisted inside because I'm actually a woman who wants to make love to her husband. I'm actually a woman who wants to connect with her husband that way. I'm actually a woman who wants her husband's full-on attention for those 30, 40 minutes. Over and over and over. So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the freak. Maybe I'm weird. Because that's the part I don't get. What do I do with my sexual needs? So if I'm not sleeping with my husband and I got sexual needs, what do I do? That's what don't make no sense to me. So ladies, y'all need to grow up. You need to grow up. I don't know what world you're living in. Why you're letting these people, tell you a lie that, oh, and if he suggests anything sexual or this or that, if he tries to kiss you or if he tries to, oh, he's just a dog. He's just an animal. There's something wrong with him. There's something evil about him. Why in the world did God give him a penis? Why in the world did God give you a vagina? Like, can we be real? Why would he give you these sexual organs to do what with? To do what with? To just look longingly across the room at each other? And long before a woman can procreate, right? Long after a woman can procreate. So I can't procreate no more. And yet and still the desire is raging within me. The desire is raging all up within me. And guess what? I got to keep the lid on top of that. And yet, I have an organ on my body that it serves no other purpose but to make me feel good. So we have all that equipment, and it's just, we supposed to hold hands. We supposed to look lovingly in each other's eyes. That's what we supposed to do. And then when we get married, we only supposed to use it to have kids. Was that once or twice? And then we done? That don't make no sense. Here's what you need to understand. having sex with your husband or your wife bonds you to that person in a way that you do not bond to anyone else. That is what keeps monogamy alive and well, is that this is the person that you're having sex with and you're forsaking all others. So if I want and need sex, this is my person to do it with. And as our bodies release all of the hormones and all of the good feeling stuff, I now see that person. I can look at a picture of that person with my head in a brain scanner. And my brain lights up because it says, ooh, that's my sex partner. That's my person. Right? I can have lust for another woman's picture. I can, think another woman is beautiful. But the woman I'm having sex with, a man's brain lights up in a different way because that's the woman he's having sex with. He's getting sexual pleasure. He's bonded to. But y'all expect a man's loyalty and bonding and love to stay the same, and y'all are not having sex with him. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you wonder why you having all the problems you having in your marriage. Why is he disconnected? Why don't he talk? Why don't we do nothing? Why don't we? Because you like everybody else I don't do nothing with. I don't do that with them. I don't go nowhere with them. I don't deeply connect with them. I also don't have sex with them. You have now turned into every other person he is not sleeping with. Who, Lord? All right, let me look at these because I've seen a whole lot of comments scrolling by. I want to thank Pure_Soul again for purchasing a badge. Thank you so much. I appreciate you supporting the platform. And more y'all could do that. Okay? More y'all could do that. All right. Men want sex and women want a man that's financially stable. I see nothing wrong with that. Well, the old saying is from hundreds of years ago is that men want sex and women want love. I still think that is how we're designed. Right? That is at the core of how God made us. That's why God wrote in this holy Bible that women are to respect their husband and the husbands are to love their wives. Because God, in his infinite wisdom, knew what his creation needed. Okay? Women want love. That's what we do. That's right. Great point. You can't change your DNA. No. And yet women today want y'all, they want to neuter y'all. I'm going to say it. They want a neutered man, which is crazy because that's not even a man. That's not even a man. All right. Hell no, I'm sexually active. That's crazy. Exactly. Then she'd be divorcing him for having a concubine. Yes. He need to leave that marriage. You preaching good. Thank you. That's what happened to my nephew once or twice in a year's time. When he strayed, she acted like she was so mad. The intimacy is part of the relationship. Like I said, these women are emotionally immature. That's it, bottom line. I can go into thousands of reasons why that is. But grown women understand what a man is after. And what they do is they maneuver him in a way that says, hey, there's something I'm here for as well. Let's see if we can negotiate. Okay? I will not be used by you. I will not be taken advantage of by you. I will not give you any and everything you want and get nothing in return. See, this is what grown women do. They say, hey, we need to negotiate. We need to look at the terms. But these young women today, I like I said, y'all making my head hurt. His mistress knows what he likes. Talk about it. Thank you. Yep, exactly. What if she's experienced some kind of sexual trauma? That's several serious conversations that you need to have. And you would need to get professional help. That does not. And boy, y'all, you ready? You ready? That don't excuse you of having sex with your husband. That don't excuse you of your marital obligation. Because as I tell young women all the time that come into my office for premarital therapy, if at any point you don't want to have sex with him, do not get married. That is a requirement for marrying a man. Okay? And there are caveats and nuances. There are extreme exceptions. But understand those exceptions are extreme. And sexual trauma is not one of them. You have to work through it. You have to heal from it. Okay? But that's why men need to find that out. You need to find that out before you engage. And you need to get professional help before you get married. So please don't let a rape or a childhood molestation or a sexual assault, don't let that pop out on you when you married. And now that's being used as the reason why I have all these issues with sex. I have all these, So y'all gonna feel a way about that. But you know what? You don't need to comment. You can go right on up off of my platform. You can disagree. You are entitled. And guess what I told the lady? You are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, as I am too. And I got the platform. You on my channel. You listening to me. Last I checked. If you disagree with anything I'm saying, I want you to click that button that says do not recommend channel. That's what I want you to do. This channel is not for me. No, thank you. That's what you do. But last I checked, I put out content. You came over here and watched it. You didn't like it. You left a comment. You got blocked. Okay? So, that's that. Okay? But I'm warning you. You can come up. You can go on off my platform right now. Like, we good. But that's what I'm tired of. I don't know who's telling y'all different. I don't know who's, trying to sell you a fantasy, trying to sell you, he shouldn't, he shouldn't lead with that. I tell men that. I tell men that the fastest way to get some sex is don't lead with sex. I've told men that from day one. That if that's actually what you're after, that should be the last thing you should be asking for. You don't ask for a kiss. You don't ask for a hug. You don't go in for it. You don't talk about it. That woman will be climbing the walls trying to get in your pants. I tell men that. Okay? Act the opposite and watch what happens. JRP says some women use sex as a hook to get the man to get married, then cut off the cat. Yep. And get upset if he strays. Exactly. Oh, that happens all the time. I've even had ex-boyfriends accuse me of that. And I was just like, huh? Because that's how I learned about it. Them saying, yeah, previous women had, had all this sex with me. And then when we got in a relationship or we got married, they cut it off. And in my mind, I was like, hey, bro, I'm going against God's holy law. What the heck are you talking about? Like, I'm going against God's law sleeping with you. What you mean trying to hook you? Okay? Like, again, I have needs. So I didn't understand that. But yeah, a couple boyfriends had told me that. Is that what you're doing? Is that what I was like, okay, we don't have to have sex because I ain't supposed to be doing it anyway. But because I have needs, like what you think this is? Like, I got needs. But yeah, apparently it's a thing. But gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all need to vet carefully. You need to vet very carefully. If you don't want to be stuck in a sexless marriage, if you don't want to be stuck on the other side of your marital vows, like I said, the devil is working overtime. Because how he talk y'all into having sex before marriage and then talk y'all out of it once you marry, that don't make no sense to me. That's wild. That's wild to me. So, you better vet carefully. You better vet carefully. Because you better vet carefully. And then look, some of these men stay. They They stay in the, I can't make this up. I've had men come in my practice that have not had sex in years. One gentleman I had coaching with 6 years. What's this, 25? 8 years? Oh my God, I can't make this up. I can't make this up, y'all. I cannot imagine laying next to my husband and not getting none. Like, that's crazy to me. And not getting none? Not getting none late in the night? Not getting none early in the morning? Like, that ain't happening. Like, that's not happening. Okay? Like I said, God's Holy Spirit came down and he is literally keeping the top tightly screwed on top of my sexuality right now. Like, it's taking a legion of angels to keep me abstinent. And honestly, that's the only way I could do it. I can't do it in my own strength. Can we be honest? I cannot do it in my own strength, in the sense of, okay, you know, there's a man out there I like. There's a man out there I love. There's a man out there that I'm dating, and we're in a relationship. I'm going to want to express myself in that way with him. But guess what? God sent a legion of angels. He was like, saying, nope. Nope. I do it in the Holy Spirit. And that's what I encourage men to tap into. Because I know they got it way worse than me. I said, but you know what? You got to pray that prayer. You got to call God in, call that spirit into your body, and he will shut that thing down like that. He will have you turn all of that sexual energy. He'll have you transmute that energy into a course, into getting money, into your career, into your creative pursuits, into your philanthropy, or whatever it is you do. He will have you inventing some stuff. like that's how God do. He'll take that sexual energy and transmute it into something totally different. That's what he's doing for me. So that's why I'm out here doing what I'm doing. Because he like, yeah, you need something to do. Like, you need something to do. He said, well, I'm definitely going to have a second wife or concubine, LOL. Lord. But like I said, you got to call on them. That's what I do. I said, look, okay, I know the right thing to do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to need help. Okay. I'm going to need help. And guess what? He sent a legion of angels. He said, all right, I'm going to keep that lid on. I'm going to keep that lid on. Okay. So hey, like I said, maybe it's me. I don't understand it. I don't. I have needs, right, that my husband can fulfill. So I don't understand the whole sexless marriage. That's weird to me. All right. Red John Sanford says the devil will always be gainfully employed. The devil will never be in unemployment line. He works 25/8, 367, and he's gunning for us all day, every day. All day, every day. He says, should they throw away the toys, Miss Anita? So I've spoken on this before, and just like this video is going to be over on my YouTube for members only, because I can't put this out on my regular, so this will be for members only. But I've spoken on this before. What I want every single person to do is they have to go to God. They have to search their heart and soul, and they have to determine, what is their level of conviction, right? But you should be going to God. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, throw away all your toys, don't masturbate, and all that, Again, I can't find a biblical reference. There's one biblical reference, and it's regarding males. I can't find a biblical reference. However, I want you to go to God with that. And if God makes it pretty crystal clear, like if you ask and he show you, you ain't supposed to be doing that, you feel convicted, then you ain't supposed to be doing that. And that's your answer. So go to the Holy Spirit. He'll tell you. There's plenty of stuff that, look, I asked God about. I was like, well, so-and-so do this, so-and-so go here. He's like, you can't do that. You can't go there. I don't care what they tell you. So I can't do it. But I want each and every person to go to God. I'm not your God. You need to talk to him. You need to pray to him. You need to ask him to reveal to you, is this something I need to do? It's happened to me. GlamGal79 says, how do you feel about the entire situation with tonight's conversation? Come on, y'all knew that was going to happen. I'm not surprised. What do you think is going to happen when you get all these people, right? All these people together and all their messiness. Like, it was just a matter of time. All these people, all their messiness. Ace Metaphor has some serious, like, trauma in his back. What do you think was going to happen? What do y'all think was going to happen? Like, it was just a matter of time. Ace Metaphor has some serious trauma in his background. And y'all really do be thinking, oh, okay, well, that was then, this is now, he's doing this and that. And no, these things are with us. They jump out. They come out. Like, come on, y'all. Unless people do the real work and they act like they got sense, okay, they do the real work. They turn their life around. They act like they got sense. Unless you see all that line up, whatever happened to that person in the past, they're still running on that programming. And that's what I don't understand, why people are surprised. I'm not surprised at all. And then look, the person who blew it wide open was the person who, has been very open about her mental health. She's been very open about her mental health. She's been very open about her mental health diagnosis. So yes, you get, sexually traumatized people and people with mental health diagnosis and people with messy marriages and people over here and people over, you put all those people together and it's just a matter of time before it all blows up. So it wasn't shocking to me, but Real Dope Daddy says women's mature and inclination to follow and prop up guys like that is a very tough pill to swallow. Pandered are like catnip. Yep. But y'all already know, most women today are not emotionally mature. They're not emotionally mature. A lot of women are 14-year-old girls running around in 35-year-old bodies. And that's what a man has to vet for. You've got to look at this. Y'all are so busy looking at these and the backside and the lips. Y'all so busy looking at the outside, you forget you having sex with a 14-year-old. And you know how messy they can be. 14, 15, 16. I'm lost on this topic. What are y'all talking about? I went off on a tangent about women demonizing men who want sex. That's what this video we started talking about. That I'm tired of that. I'm tired of this narrative that men who actually want to have sex with women, especially their wives, is something wrong with them. Like, I'm sick of that. And so if you're a woman and you have a problem with that message, you should see your way off of my platform, because that's actually what you're going to get. So he said tonight's conversation, I missed it. Okay. But yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, it happened. It got big. He started, leveling it up, from his small platform to doing the shows and then to traveling. It's just a matter of time. Y'all had to know that was going to happen. You take anything like that and you blow it up and you add all these people to it and all these different personalities and all these people with trauma and all these people with mental health stuff. And yeah, it's going to blow up eventually. So, that is what it is. I hope to be on Hardly Initiated tomorrow night. I have not locked it in. I'm hoping tomorrow morning. My appearance on Hardly Initiated will get locked in tomorrow evening at 8:00. So if you're around, check out Hardly Initiated over on YouTube. And we'll talk about that and some other things. And there'll be other people on the show. But yeah, I just had to come on here and rant and rave and vent a little bit, because there's a lot of emotionally immature women in the world. And you're right, there are a lot of content creators out there who pander to them or tell them what they want to hear. They keep them locked in delusion. They keep them emotionally stunted. That's the worst part of all of this, is they want women to stay little children. They want them to stay emotionally stunted. It benefits them. It benefits them to make women feel good. Think about it. If she feels good, she's more likely to open her pocketbook. She's more likely to open her purse. She's more likely to open her legs. Like that's how women work. That's how women work. You make them feel good and things fly open. Okay? So, all right, I attended tonight's conversations and it was so low vibrational. My spirit was troubled. Yeah, and you're onto something. Because I don't watch it. I don't watch it when they show it online. But you're right. The few clips that I've seen where people stand up in the audience and they ask questions and all of that, the one lady who said, yeah, I'm here tonight and my soon-to-be ex is here with his woman. Like, that tells you everything you need to know. Right there. That tells you everything you need to know. This guy who's cheating on his wife had the audacity to bring the other woman to the show. And you mean to tell me that he didn't know his wife was going to be there? Like, no, I'm good. I'm good. So things like tonight's conversation, like you said, it's low vibrational. Things like pop the balloon, I cannot be involved in that. And I'm strongly encouraging you not to be either. GlamGal79 says, I agree with what you're saying. We have sex with men, but when we get married, we want to deny our husband, which is crazy. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what y'all on. I don't, and I don't understand it. And what I'm trying to explain to the men that are interested in me is, yes, I'm going to abstain. I'm going to abstain. And if you're looking for something real, if you're looking to settle down, if you're looking for a purpose partner, if you're looking for someone genuine, if you're looking for someone who's going to help you grow your business, have your back, rub your ball head, all the things, right? If you're looking for that until one of us dies, I'm your girl. However, I am not willing to have sex with you until we're married. Now, here's what I can tell you. Once we're married, I will have sex with you. I will have sex with you quite a bit. I will have sex with you until one of us dies. Okay? I'm willing to put it in writing, right? I'm willing to actually create a contract and put it in writing. But I am not willing to have sex with you outside of being married. That's it. Red John Sanford says, no, I came in on this topic. I saw someone ask you what you think about tonight's conversation. I got lost on that part. I understand what you're saying. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Tony Gaskins called him out last year. Yeah, and look, this is what's so funny. Everybody is running that back. Even Hardly Initiated ran that episode back like, Tony was on to something. Come on. Because anybody with eyes could see what was happening. Yeah, I saw that episode and I was like, yeah, it's just a matter of time before these people get exposed. Because those of us who live in the spirit, right? Those of us who live from a spiritual place, we can see what's happening. That whole panel, that, Ace Metaphor and all of his trauma, he is pulling people in, right? He's pulling people into this chaos, into this trauma, into this nonsense. That's what he promotes because that's what he lives. So anybody with eyes could see that. We could all see that coming a mile away. And yet here it is. The amount of people following the Aftermath Mess series is crazy also. It's so chaotic and immature. It really is. It's like middle school. So, Keita Rose has this whole series of videos called Who the F Did I Work For? It's like, I'm telling y'all, and this is why to some extent I feel bad for men. I really do. I feel bad for y'all because for you to find an emotionally mature, feminine, beautiful, has her head on straight, traditional, like for you to find that woman today, it's like a needle in a haystack. And women love talking about how hard it is to find good men. We don't talk enough about how hard it is for men to find good women. Like that, it's just a nightmare. But that's what she's doing and what other women do, and women who get online and post and blow up people's spot and try to expose them and talk mess about them, or they videotape their man in the car that they're dropping him off to try to go to a job interview and he don't want to get a job, and can y'all believe, just all the nonsense. Like, really think about it. Think about all the videos that women are making complaining about their man, complaining about this or this and that. I mean, it's mind altering. So y'all finding a good one, it's rough. It's rough. How do you suggest we go about putting sex in writing? Put sex in writing before marriage, and what if the woman struggles to agree with that? I'm gonna go read up on this because I didn't know where do I be. Okay. This is what I'm gonna tell you. I have seen with my eyes, okay, some high-end men, okay, so men who have money, whether that's through celebrity, whether it's through sports, however they got their money. I've seen some high-end men put in their prenuptial sexual requirements. Like they put it in the prenuptial agreement that the expectation is unless this, like they literally list out the reasons why you wouldn't have sex, unless this, and this, we will have conjugal visits, we will have sexual intimacy X amount of times a week, consistently as agreed upon by both parties, however they say it. But they do put it in prenuptial agreements. They do. They do. And I'm willing to put it in a prenuptial agreement because that's the only time I'm willing to have sex with you is once we're married. But the devil done pulled the wool over y'all eyes. He got y'all out here giving it away, throwing it to everybody, just sleeping with everybody. Then as soon as you find a husband, now all of a sudden you can't have sex no more. I just don't feel like it. I just not in the mood. I'm like, y'all, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. It's not a lot of women that come out together. They need leadership. Some had good leadership growing up, but many need that from a man now. I agree. And I'm going to be honest, I had it from my mother and my father. You think my mother didn't tell me this? You think my mother didn't say, Anita, men want, and look, this is how they used to tell me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. And maybe this isn't PC now, but I'm going to tell you how it was told to me back in the 70s and the 80s. My mama said, men want one thing. Like straight up, men want one thing. Men are after one thing. Then here come my daddy. Men want one thing. And it's up to you to decide. Like, when you going to do it, how you going to do it, how often. Like, he was like, yeah, that's the nature of a man. They want one thing. Now, you can turn it into more than one thing. But guess what? It's on the woman. It's on the woman to turn it into more than one thing. And see, that's the part that women today hate. Oh, why you put it on us? Why we gotta, turn it into a relationship, and why we gotta do this and why we gotta do that? Y'all the ones want the relationship. Last I checked, women are relational, right? Men will just have sex with a bunch of women and they'll be just fine. They'll go out into the world and have sex with whoever they want. They'll never really settle down or have a family, and they'll be just fine. Y'all the ones that want the relationship. So that means that you have the power. Remember, the power lies in the feminine. You have the power to say, oh, no, sir. If you want this cat, okay, if you want this woman, if you want this set of lips, okay, or this, then here are my requirements. You negotiate. You become a good negotiator. And yes, do men fall in love? Of course they do. Do men eventually want to just be with one woman or want to have a family and have a legacy? Of course they do. Right? They're not monsters. They're not monsters, but they're not women. They're not women. Let me get closer. They're not women. They do not lead with marriage and baby carriage and weddings. The culture does not program men that way. It programs women that way. Okay? So yes, women are the guardian of the relationship. And guess what? I love the power. I love being the guardian of the relationship. I love the power that I hold being a feminine woman. I absolutely adore it. I love the fact that I can sit across the table from a man at dinner and look good and smell good and smile and give him eyes and give him a little taste of what he might get once we're married, just with my eyes, just with my playful banter, okay? I love the power. And unless that man is going to force me, like force himself upon me, that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. But instead, women, you all want that power to be in men's hands. That don't make sense to me. Because men have already told you, they've already shown you what they will do if it's in their hands. I'll go watch porn. I'll jerk off to porn 24 hours a day. I'll go get an OnlyFans account and jerk off to OnlyFans. I'll go get a sex doll. Like, that's what they would do, right? They'll go out and rape women. They'll go out and force themselves upon women. That's what men would do. So I love the power. I love the power of the feminine. I really do. The Queen of Cascade says, I love what Dondre and Sally Whitfield agree upon surrounding sex. Agreed. I think they have a very healthy marriage. I actually met the both of them summer before last. So my podcast was entered into the African American Film Festival in Miami summer before last. So that was 23. So I went down to Miami in 2023. My podcast was entered into the Black Podcasting Contest. And they were both there. I met Sally a couple times because we kept going into the same stores. And then I met Dondre at, was it Chris? What is his name? One of the comedians was down there. Was it Chris? I see his face clear as day. He premiered his comedy show, his comedy special. Chris, it's going to come to my mind. And they were both there supporting him. And so I met them in 23, the summer of 23. I love their marriage. I think their marriage is one of the healthier Hollywood marriages. And, I love Dondre. I think we can learn a lot from him. Red John Sanford says, we want 3 things: sex, food, and beer, and more beer. Okay. Yes. So I just had to come on here and rant a little bit. Because, clearly there's some women who are coming across my channel and they don't know me. They don't know what I'm about. But this probably is not the place for you. And guess what? There's all kind of male podcasters out here that'll tell you you're a queen. Your stuff don't stink. The man is a dog. He's horrible. He's this. He's that. How dare he want to have sex? Oh, my God, he's so awful. Yeah, they'll tell you all them lies. They'll tell you whatever it is you want to hear. And guess what? Your purse will open and your legs will open. Okay? And, that's how you get women open. Tell them what they want to hear. Make them feel good. And then that disarms y'all. And then things start flying open. But remember, I'm a woman. I'm a straight woman. So I'm not interested in what you got between your legs. I'm not even, if I'm being honest, interested in you, throwing all your money at me. So that don't interest me. I'm actually here, commissioned by the Lord, to try to talk some sense into y'all. That's why I'm here. To try to keep you on a straight and narrow path to finding your husband. That's it. That's my game. If you want to know the truth, that's my game. Help you find your husband. Help us build up community. Help Black people get back right and other people of other colors get back right. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to crush this sick liberal lies that y'all have been told about giving your body away. And that's another thing. Y'all need to make up y'all mind. On one side of y'all mouth, y'all are offended because a man is asking for sex. But on the other side of y'all mouth, y'all talking about y'all can have sex with whoever you want. You can have sex like a man. And don't police women's bodies. Don't tell women what to wear. Which is it? Which is it? Make it make sense, because it don't. Okay? That's the most contradictory thing I've ever heard. Oh, how dare a man ask me for sex on the first date? Oh, yeah, girl, I went home with him on the first date. Men do it. What's the big deal? Or, yeah, we in a situationship. We in a friends with benefits. Make up your mind. Okay? I'm sitting here telling you to abstain until you're married. But anyway. All right. Dondre co-starred on The Cosby Show. I love Sally. What do they think about sex, Dondre and Sally? Okay, so they're asking you what's their agreement about sex. Abita_Ma says, I totally agree with you. And what's your opinion on Mary constantly watch lots of porn and subscribe to OnlyFans and open follow nude women on IG, but when confronted says, oh, all men do it. here's the truth of the situation. And this is how I would handle it. I would say, while I know it is in your nature to be driven towards sex, to be driven to procreate, I'm letting you know that as your woman, I don't feel comfortable with you doing this. This makes your real life woman, the woman that you're married to, the woman that you live with, the woman that you're in relationship with, very uncomfortable. So now you have to make a choice. Do you want a real live woman that you live with, that you're married to, that you have real life sex with? Or do you want this other stuff? That's it. That's what it would be for me. Okay? I wouldn't demonize him. I wouldn't be like, oh, you're so nasty, because here's what y'all need to understand. You're not going to help men overcome porn addiction or sexual addiction by shaming them. That's not the way to help them overcome it. You help them to see that they're better than that. That with God's help, with God's Holy Spirit, you can do anything. So there would be a choice that would have to be made. Either you want a real live woman in your life that you can actually have physical sex with, or you want to do this other stuff. So that's it. That's it. I know it's in a man's nature to want sex. I know it's in a man's nature to look at beautiful women, look at naked women. I get it. And yet I'm asking you not to do that. I'm asking you, I'm explaining to you how uncomfortable that makes me feel. I'm explaining to you how insecure that makes me feel. I'm explaining to you how unsexy that is, how that's not a turn on. Okay, so now you leave it up to him. He makes that decision. Real Dope Daddy says this is the place for everyone. It just may not be comfortable like I said, exactly. You give it to a straight no chaser. But like I said, there are apparently women out there who want to live in delusion. And guess what? I want you to stay there. Just don't come over here with that. That's why they can't have sex with their husbands. Hey, do you counsel couples virtually? I do. You can go to the link in my bio and you are going to click couple session. I have 30-minute and I have an hour. I sure do. So you can go to the link in my bio. For women who don't want to abstain until marriage, what do you tell them? I tell them to secure an exclusive relationship. So you're going to secure exclusivity. You're going to let the man know, I do not feel comfortable having sex with you in a casual way or outside of a relationship. I do not feel comfortable with us having sex without having the 3 sex talks. And that's a whole nother video that I've done. There are 3 conversations you need to have surrounding sex before you have sex. Okay? I do not feel comfortable having sex with you unless we go through a series of STI tests. Like, these are all the things that y'all are throwing out the window, and then on the back end, you're regretting it. Like, I should have gotten tested, he should have gotten tested. We should have had an agreement about only sleeping with each other. But if you're not doing any of that, you're out here just having sex with a man randomly. He's not your man. He hasn't been tested. He could be out here sleeping with everybody else. Like, you're just you're opening the door up to a world of hurt. So I do not suggest doing that. What would you tell them as a solution to making sure her sexual investment into a man still yields her outcome she wants? I just say secure an exclusive relationship. I would, if I was out here having sex before marriage, and this is my story. I never had sex with a man outside of a relationship. That is my story. So prior to becoming devout and becoming very serious about my faith, that was my story. So from 18, that was the first time I had sex at 18 and 3 months. Okay. That man was my boyfriend for 1 year before I had sex with him. So we had been dating an entire year, and prom night, I had sex with him. But he was my man. I wore his jersey. I wore his jacket. Everybody knew I was his girlfriend. Yeah, Anita's my woman. That's my girl. That's my woman. And pretty much every man after that, if we liked each other, if we were feeling each other, the most I would do is make out. I may let them cop a feel here and there. I did not have sex with them until they were my man. And I made that very clear. And so, yeah, I got plenty of men all hot and heavy, and they were like, what? I was like, yeah, you're not my man. This is all you're getting. First base, maybe second base. But you're not my man. If you are not my man, and if you have not made that commitment to me and made that commitment publicly, I'm not having sex with you. I'm not having sex with you without STI testing. I want you to keep in mind, I grew up in the height of the AIDS epidemic. I grew up when the AIDS epidemic was no joke. Like, it had everybody running for cover. Everyone was afraid. And when I tell you, like, condom sales was through the roof, STI testing was through the roof, because you did not want to contract HIV or AIDS. So yeah, that's how I grew up. So what women are doing today, I mean, all of this is foreign to me, because I had men asking me to be their boyfriend, be their girlfriend on the third date. So, now that's definitely not the case. Men are not, becoming exclusive by 3 dates, but yet they want sex by 3 dates. So make that make sense. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not having sex with a stranger. I'm not having sex with a man I don't know if I like him, definitely don't love him, and don't trust him, right? Why would I do that? Why would I open myself up and my entire future to a man that I don't know how, if I like him, how I truly feel about him, don't love him, don't know his sexual disease status, right? I'm not exclusive and committed, don't know where this is going, and yet, here's what I'm willing to risk. I'm willing to risk getting pregnant by him. I'm willing to risk contracting a sexually transmitted disease. I'm willing to risk contracting a sexually transmitted disease I can't get rid of. No, thank you. If something happened to me like that, I at least want to be able to say, I loved the person. I love them. I was with them. We were in a relationship. Oops. But you got people out here that stuff is happening to. They don't even know their last name. There are girls out here pregnant by a man named RJ or, I don't know, some nickname, Beanie Man or what, and they don't even know his government name. You are pregnant by a man. All you know is his initials. All you know is his nickname. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Robin Hood says, because he sees her as a wife and wants to make love to her, and she wants to be treated like a hammer, like a tool. Okay, there we go. Can you elaborate on Dondre and Sally's sex life? I wish your message can broadcast live on a Jumbotron in Times Square and CNN live around the world, because so many people need your message for real. Thank you so much, Red John Sanford. I appreciate that. But I will get canceled. I'm going to tell y'all right now what would happen. I would get canceled. I would get canceled. And only God can stop it. But I would get canceled, y'all. There are things I've watched in porn I would never want to go with my actual lady. Precisely. Porn addiction should be handled before dating, honestly, because that's a deeper issue. I agree. I have a gentleman right now who hid his porn addiction from the woman that he was dating, and now they're married. And it has reared its ugly head. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how you hide that. Like, to me, it's obvious when a man is watching porn or addicted to porn. But she, and she was pregnant. It's real sad. But I don't know if she don't want to know. I don't know. But it's actually really, really sad. Thank you. That's simple. You are welcome. I think securing a relationship is a reasonable middle ground. And at least, this was what I would say, at least secure exclusivity. Like, that's the minimum. Hey, if we're going to do this, we're not doing it with anyone else. We're just going to do it with each other, and we're going to get to know each other. We're actually going to see if this could be something real. But they don't even want to do that. Like, that's where it has come, y'all. These men don't even want consistent sex from one woman. They want the option to have random sex with random women. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Boundaries and standards had to be applied during the HIV era. You darn tootin'. I grew up in the height of AIDS. Like, I remember this, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all a story. I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm going to tell it. When I was in college in Atlanta, this dude, he came to class and he had, like, I don't know if it was a zit, but it was gnarly. He had this gnarly, I guess, zit on his face right here. Man, rumors spread so fast about that dude. They was like, there's something wrong with him. Don't kiss him. Don't touch him. Blah, blah, blah. That dude had to leave school. I mean, them rumors spread so fast, but it was like this gnarly, I don't know if it was a zit or what, but it looked horrible. And y'all, they told some horrible rumors about him. He did not come back the next year. Because that AIDS thing back then, shoot, you ain't play with that. And it was a whole lot of abstinence. I was abstaining a whole lot because I was like, look, and it was dudes that they were fine, but I was like, it's still not worth it. It's still not worth it. I was like, people was like, girl, he fine. So-and-so wants you. So-and-so like you. I said, it's still not worth it, girl. Because if he got that AIDS, I just said no. And people today acting like AIDS is over. Exactly. When hookup culture was at its heyday, I was like, wait a minute, look, I got on my computer so fast, I was like, is HIV cured? Is AIDS still a thing? Y'all. And I saw that it had not been cured. It's still a thing. But now you got to take this cocktail of drugs and you can live on. But I still don't want it. Okay? He said, people today acting like AIDS is over with, especially during the pandemic. The government wanted people to focus on coronavirus. Guess what? COVID and AIDS ain't going nowhere. Exactly. Hot take. Do you think HIV is a biblical plague? Think about it. Without STDs, what would be stopping all of us from running wild? This is my conspiracy theory. It could be. It could be. How fast during the sexual revolution did God drop HIV into the mix so that we could cut that out? Yeah, it could be. He said, I grew up in that era too. Yep, it could be. Like I said, they had the plagues. But they had the plagues back in the Bible time. Let me see. How many plagues was it? Yup. Y'all. So the 10 plagues. Ooh, Lord. So maybe it's one of the plagues that is continuing, because we got all this stuff with the weather and the fires and the hurricanes and the tornado. Think about all this stuff, man. Oh Lord, I can't. And look, what's so crazy about HIV is it's 100% preventable. Really think about that. You do not have to get HIV. You do not have to get any STI. It is 100% preventable. So that's real dumb on your part. Come on. Dee's Business says, I love your content and I'm in my 30s. My mother speak like this now. My dad will tell it how it is. Wish they talked like this when I was young though. Yeah. And I do. I got two 22-year-olds and a 25-year-old. They've been hearing this since they was 9. I've been talking about sex since they was 9 or 10. Then they got it again around 12, 13, then around 14 through 18. Now, they're adults, but every now and again I'm like, hey, remember what I said? Remember what I told you? You know what it is. I just reiterate what I done already said. We have to be careful now with the new administration threatening to take away HIV drugs. Ooh, Lord. Ooh. Yeah, this new administration, can we be honest? It's doing so much, I can't keep up. Every day, somebody is telling me something different that this fool is doing. So yesterday, I found out that it's no longer the Gulf of Mexico. It is the Gulf of America. So when I tell y'all I don't watch the news, I don't have time. I don't have time to catastrophize and think about how bad it is or how bad. I don't have time. God has put me on assignment. And he said, baby, keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on Jesus and do what I tell you. That's it. That's the instruction. But yes, y'all, this administration, it's going to test all of us. And I'm going to do another video because I got to get out of here now. I'm going to do another video about the necessity to be under God's covering. You all have got to wake up. You've got to have a supernatural covering. This world This world is going to take you out if you are not connected to God, if you don't have God's covering and blessing on your life. Y'all, he said, I know a guy with AIDS who's trying to go into a relationship without disclosure. So wrong. Oh, my goodness. He said, and it affects the blood. Think about that. Yeah, and the blood is everything. He said, damn, John, he spoke to you about that? Yeah, I would have punched him in his face. I would have had to punch homeboy in his face. Like, what? Don't believe the BS either about what the government is saying, that a person can have sex with people with HIV because a person from catching. Yeah, they say you're undetectable, right? That the drugs will make it undetectable. He said, I'll still strap up. Yeah, no. Children are expensive, 200 clay plus. Diseases aside, that helped me not to sleep around much over the years. Long relationships helped me not have a body count. Good for you. He signs executive orders in his sleep. Yeah. Y'all better stop messing with that man. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all sleeping on that man. I can't keep up. He says, real dope daddy, his brother told me he told him to call and drop a dime. HIV drugs won't keep you from catching HIV. Use a condom, girl, and get an STD test. Yep. And look, this is what I be telling the women. Women are more susceptible to these diseases than men are because of the way our body is, right? Men enter us. And if the man does not have a condom on, if he actually ejaculates inside of you, whatever's in him is now in you. So, like, to me, this is ABC 1, 2, 3. This is elementary. So that's what I don't get about women, sleeping raw with these men. I'm not sleeping raw. Okay? If you are not my husband, if you have not been tested on the day before our wedding and every 3 months after that, no. Remember who you are. If we're all of Jesus' bloodline, think about those STIs affecting the blood. Yeah. But the guy that's not reporting his friend that has AIDS is just as guilty for not reporting. That's homicide. And a lot of women aren't being honest about their sexual health. I agree. So like I said, y'all, men and women, I like you. You like me. We go on dates. We talk. We talk on the phone. We text. We FaceTime. If we are really, really, really feeling each other, we talk about exclusivity. We talk about STI testing. We go and do it together. We send our results, through, My Portal, whatever you got, My Health, whatever it is. Or you come with something on paper, something that's official. But yeah, that's what, to me, grown-ups do. That's what grown-ups do. You make sure that, it is what it is. But y'all out here reckless. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. I heard that conversation at the bar. Yeah, I can't do it. So please protect yourself. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, protect yourself. Yeah, my chart. There we go. I can't do it. I don't want it that bad. I really don't. I don't want no pain that bad. You need to get tested. We need to be exclusive. We need to continue to be tested. Okay? I'm not up for the funny business. We got to get tested and stay prayed up, man. I agree. But a lot of people, you'd be surprised how many people do have STIs, especially the ones you can't get rid of, and they don't know it, right? The numbers, we've already talked at length about, the high numbers of people with STIs that just don't know they have it. They don't know they have it. They had symptoms initially, and then now those symptoms are gone, and they just gone on about their business. And they just, and maybe they never have symptoms again, but they got it. They got it, and they can give it to you. So please, please be careful. All right. I got to wrap up because I got to get ready for my next session, but this is not the place for everybody. I keep telling y'all, this is not the place for everybody. My platform is going to niche down. Right now, Skool is open. I want to invite each and every one of you to join me on Skool, Skool. And I need to find out. I'm actually going to have a friend of mine see if my platform can be searched on Skool. because somebody told me they could not find. Okay, you can find it. If you go to skool.com, you're going to land on the discovery page, and then you're going to search for Singles Seeking Soulmates, and my platform will come up. You can also join from the link in my bio. Okay, but that is the place where emotionally mature, conscious, healthy, whole individuals, men and women, go to learn and grow and meet each other and practice their skills. That is the place. Okay, not the dating apps, not, the club. We need a healthy, safe space. And this is that place. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Everyone gets a 7-day free trial just to check it out. And in that 7 days, you can come to one of the Zoom calls and just see what you think. See what we're talking about over there, okay? All right. There was something else I was going to tell y'all. Now I can't remember. But I got to get on here and repost the replay from last night and then put up the next week's homework and video. So I'll be doing that. But if you are watching this video on YouTube, you are a member of my YouTube channel. This video is for members only. I'm going to strongly encourage that you not only subscribe to the channel, you become a member of the channel. I make 2 or 3 videos a week that are members only. Okay, so if you're subscribed to my channel, you're going to see those videos come up in your feed and they're going to say members only. And you may be like, I wonder what she's talking about because I can't click on it. You need to be a member. And from what I understand, there are 3 levels of membership. We're actually having a class today. YouTube is sponsoring a creators class today that I'm in at 4:00, where they're going to talk about the levels of membership and how to get our membership up. But there are 3 levels of membership, and you get a lot of wonderful perks when you are a YouTube channel member. Okay, so check it out. Head on over to YouTube, check out YouTube memberships, and you can see all of my members only content. You have access to me through email. You get discounts on coaching sessions. It's fabulous. All right. And then I'm probably going to post tomorrow. As soon as I get confirmation about Hardly Initiated, I'm probably going to post tomorrow and let y'all know that's where I'm going to be tomorrow night. All right, so hopefully you'll join me there as well. All right, have a great rest of the day. He said, if people don't want to be on your platform, that means they're not ready to mature. I agree with you. Thank you, Robin Hood. I agree with you. So y'all go find somebody that's going to, keep y'all in the schoolyard. Find somebody that's going to keep y'all out in recess. Okay, we doing trigonometry over here. All right, we doing physics over here. But y'all need to be out there doing recess, and we doing trigonometry, okay? All right, have a great rest of your day. Y'all, when I tell you, let me look out the window. It is snowing like crazy. It is so beautiful. But look, we're supposed to get 5 or 6 inches. But it is snowing outside. It's absolutely beautiful. I just fear what's going to happen when I wake up tomorrow. So y'all pray for me. Have a great rest of the day. And as always, stay open to love.